When Nintendo unceremoniously dropped the Wave 5 announcement trailer not but a week ago, I was legit worried Nintendo would phone this wave in. I mean, Athens Dash looks like it came from the GameCube era. Actually, no! I wouldn't slander the great name of Double Dash. Point is, it looks cheap as hell. Also, as beautiful as Sunset Wild is, it does next to nothing to make the track more dynamic. Which is a goddamn shame because I was ready to love this one like I did with Peach Gardens. God, how I love that track, just because it's related to Peach and Peach is hot. Not to mention the very underwhelming characters introduced. However, despite this minor hiccup, it was a very solid wave. As much as I love to dunk on how cheap Athens Dash looks, it turned out to play way better than it looks. As is the staple of tour tracks, each lap changes things up a little bit. Now Athens Dash takes that to heart, because each lap has a distinct feel to it. You really feel as though you're climbing through the ancient ruins of Acropolis, and it's absolutely glorious! It genuinely feels as if you're discovering a new part of this old town each lap, and I'm all for it! This track almost became my favorite of the wave, if only it wasn't contending against another track that I really liked. It's just a bummer they weren't able to put that signature Mario Kart 8 polish to this one. Even the rest of the tour's track had more polish to their art style. That could probably be attributed to the fact that Athens Dash came out on tour just a couple of weeks ago. So the divs here didn't have the time to give it a good polish like the others. Oh, well. Unlike the other, something that has an extraordinary amount of polish compared to its predecessor is Daisy Cruiser. I love this track almost as much as I love that sassy Strassland Ginger. It's just as dynamic and glorious as the original, while still giving it that Mario Kart 8 twist. I mean, the original GameCube track was pretty inventive in its own right, but the Mario Kart 8 treatment makes it truly feel whole. What more can I say? It's a Double Dash track. We all love Double Dash. We all love those double Ds. And if you don't, then you are wrong. I love it when we get surprise tracks. I'm not even sure the leaks predicted this one. Newview Highway may not look like much, but it's a sleeper if you're not careful. Because of its twisty turns, liberal use of boost pads, and the glorious returns of bomb cars that'll nuke you if you bump into them, this track makes for just the right amount of insanity that Wii tracks are known for. Hell yeah, keep it on, baby. Oh boy, do I have a lot to say about this one. First off, this is the best track in Mario Kart, period. And you're freaking racing around a bathroom. Unlike Athens Dash, it looks truly glorious. It has an absolute stupid attention to detail. Why does a bathroom-themed course have this much attention to detail? I mean, even the slope is slippery if you try to get brave. And just the sheer fun of racing around this course is so intoxicating. And you're racing around a bathroom! There isn't a single second you have to catch your breath, because this course throws everything and the bathroom stink at you. There's not a moment you aren't tricking off a bunny hop or flying through the air or going down a freaking drain, for God's sakes. This course properly feels like it takes full advantage of the hover and underwater elements, unlike, well, most of the other tracks, let's be honest. And let me stress, this takes place in a bathroom. Honestly, the rest of the wave can take a break. Nay, the rest of the DLC, because this track alone makes it worth the $30 freaking price tag. If you couldn't tell, this track has quickly become my most played track, and it just came out. Squeaky Clean Sprint is a god tier tracks. Changed my mind! LA Laps is an okay addition. Much like the other tour tracks, it's very dynamic by constantly changing each lap. On the first lap, you go through the beaches, second, you cruise through the inner streets, and third, you go through the oil fields. And no time when you're going through this milquetoast course do you actually see any homeless encampments. 0 out of 10. Not accurate to real life. Sunset Wilds had the opportunity to join tracks such as insert track title here, and Peach Gardens and Squeaky Clean Sprint to be a god tier track. But there are several things that they severely screwed up. First, the track is very accurate to the Game Boy version. That's a bad thing! They had an opportunity to make this track super dynamic and interesting, like insert track title here, but they chose to just take the faithful adaptation to the original. Now you think by being faithful to the original track, they would implement the sunset at the final lap system that was the namesake of the original. Nope! You done messed up, Mario! This is a great palate cleanser to the absolute letdown that was Sunset Wilds. There's a reason Koopa Cape is the king of the Wii tracks. It is the most fun, interesting, and surprisingly challenging track of the lot. And this port of the track is no exception. Sure, they changed the pipe selection by replacing the spinning electroprods with an open top complete with the half pipes, which I love that they're adding more freaking half pipes. That's amazing. I guess they gotta shove those underwater mechanics somewhere. But hey, at least it makes sense. I mean, what else can I say? It's Wii Koopa Cape. Nuff said. Last, but certainly not least, is Vancouver Velocity. This is the best of the tour tracks. It's fun, interesting, super dynamic, energetic, even frantic at times. This one takes all the elements I love about the tour tracks: dynamic track setup, every lap is different, exploration of the city, etc., and uses it to its greatest potential. Add that to one of the greatest Mario Kart track tunes ever freaking made, and you've got a true highlight of this wave. Of course, I can't forget about the characters. I am so glad to see Kamek here. I know he was in Tour, but that doesn't count because Tour is not a real Mario Kart game. You all know the story of how he was going to be originally in the Mario Kart 64, but was scrapped at the last minute. Those bastards! So it's great to see him added at the last second. Petey Piranha is an iconic character from Double Ash, let's be honest. I mean, his big fat head was unmistakable, to be honest. So it's really cool to see his big freaking fat head again. Wiggler, I'm a little less excited about because he just seems like a safe choice compared to some of the more out of left field characters from prior games. As I said in my reaction video, they could have given us Queen Bee from Mario Kart 7, or Rob from DS, or even some of the more fantastic options like Pauline and her big tits, or Diddy Kong. I don't mean to dunk on Wiggler, he's fine. But that's the problem. He's just fine. But honestly, guys, that's my reaction to the Mario Kart wave. It's a great wave, but it could have been better, in my opinion. There's several tracks that were great. There were several tracks that were very weak. And the character choice, it could have been better, but I didn't quite like it as much as I should. But what do you guys think? Hit me up in the comments down below. I really want to know what you guys have to think about this. Hit like and subscribe. It really helps out with the algorithm now. Help a good drinker out. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.